Hello, everybody. Hi. So my name is Eve. It's Eve's Creations Paint Party, and it's How to Tuesdays. Yes. Yay. So tonight is a practice session. I don't know what I'm going to throw up on the canvas, but we're going to see what happens. I might do some like bouquets or whatever, because we're learning about bows. How to paint a bow, right? How to paint something bending and curling and ribbons and all of that good stuff. And with springtime coming, I figured it'll go along with all the springtime paintings that you guys are doing. So we're going to practice to make your paintings that much better. Hello, Tina. Yes, so we have to say hello to you-know-who. There he is, folks. The Butters is in the house. Say hi, buddy. Yep. Oh, yeah. Good boy. Right? And I'm going to show you my handy-dandy table. So, obviously, my paint had a mind of its own tonight. Black, blue, yellow, red, and white. Water. Whole bunch of different brushes. I'll let you know what I'm grabbing. We're starting off with seltzer tonight because the tum-tum's not doing so good. Always remember, my videos are all kid-friendly, so I'm going to try to watch this thing. You guys watch your comments. We'll be good to go. Hello, Tina B. How you doing, sweetheart? Tina B's in the house. Oh, yeah. So, give a chance for everybody to log on. I'm going to put you guys in your handy-dandy holder. Like I said, there's no actual painting, so you're not going to be looking at anything. But here we go. That's right. We're going to do a little How to Tuesday. How to do bows. Yes. So, Friday's painting. Everyone's looking forward to doing Friday's painting, and it's literally a glass vase with flowers and a bow. Thank you so much, Tina B. Hi, Tina M. Hi, Lovey. So the situation is I did a how-to on flowers, and I did a how-to on glass. Hi, Lisa V. Hello, my family. So, I'm like, what is in Friday's painting that I did not go over yet? And it was the bow. Because I already took care of the other things on the painting. So there you have it. That's how we're going with bows tonight. Yes, we are. So I'm going to grab Big Boy. Give everybody a chance to pop on. I'm just going to throw a background on here real quick. Big Boy is a 1-inch flat. I'm going to swirl, tap, dab them in my water. I'm going to dry them. You really look forward to our paint parties. Me too, Diane. Hello, sweetheart. How you doing, lovey? I look forward to them too, guys. So, we're all, because we're all hanging out. We're all fam. All right, Big Boy. Let's see. How about some yellow? All right, so white and yellow. We're going to do yellow in the background. All right, because you guys like to sneak an extra painting out of me on these How To Tuesdays. So now you got to sit through me doing the backgrounds. That's your comeuppance. That's what it is. So all my videos are free to watch. Tips are greatly appreciated. You guys keep the lights on. And there is a PayPal link on this video. Stars is enabled. I believe the stars are a penny each. Something's actually a penny in this world. Wow. You wouldn't think it was a penny. I don't think you can get anything for a penny. Hi, Carolyn. Here she is. Carolyn's here. Hello, sweetheart. So, that's enabled. All that good stuff. And, if you want the same paint that I use, I have one kit left. Just one. And I have, but I do have the brush sets. So, if you want the exact brushes I use for the paint parties for the Friday nights, I still have those. Sometimes on Tuesday, right, we do different brushes, right? So, because you guys like to see the different brushes, and, I like to show you some different things with different brushes, but the paint parties are always the same brush, because, hello, Lynn, welcome. Welcome to the family, sweetheart. Everybody say hello to Lynn. What? Hi, Lynn. So, I forgot what I was talking about because Lynn popped on and I got all excited because it's the first time you're here. Welcome to the family. Unless you were on another video and I didn't catch you, but welcome to the fam. So I am just doing, nice to have you, honey. Nice to have you. So, hello. We got a newbie in the house, fam. Yes. So, I'm just throwing a background on, Lynn. And we're going to learn about bows tonight. So, I'm doing pretty yellow. Right? Because we're all getting into springtime mode. I threw one last winter painting in the lineup. And I threw in because over the winter we painted our friends playing in the snow, the snowman and the polar bear and the penguin, and you know, with the warm weather coming up, we're going to have to say goodbye to our winter friends. So we have one more winter painting and I'm calling it Goodbye Winter, because we got to say goodbye to all of our winter friends, because our springtime friends are going to be visiting us, right? The bunny, the chick, the piggies, the farm animals, all of our springtime friends. And we have a painting with the springtime friends coming up. They're all rub-dub-dubbing in the tub. So that's a really fun painting that's coming up. If I remember, I'll show you guys the lineup again. We all know what's this Friday. Everybody's looking forward to this Friday, right? The flowers and the bouquet. You guys got flowers out of me. I get asked to do flowers and I get asked to do landscapes. That's what I get asked to do. And then you guys ask me for other stuff too. I shouldn't say that. You asked me for the windmill with the tulips, which is flowers, but it's a little different. So, and we had a dream catcher somebody asked me for, and you know, so you guys have awesome suggestions. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. We'll definitely be on that. You know, if you ask me and I can make it into a teachable painting, we're definitely going to do that. All right. So since we're doing bows, I'm gonna throw 3 bouquets on here. I'm going to throw 3 bouquets on here, and then I can show you the different ribbons on the bouquets, okay? So I'm going to swirl tap dab Big Boy, get all that excess paint out of him. It doesn't matter if there's yellow still in him because I am going to make green. All right, so I'm going to grab that yellow, and I'm going to grab that blue. That was all over my palette already, and some more yellow. And we're going to grab some of this white that's all dirty from the yellow, just a smidge. Get myself a nice green color going on here. I'm going to wipe the sides of my brush off. And let's do some stems. So I'm going to hold my brush straight up to the canvas and I'm just going to pull. Right, find my center. Oh, find my center, and we're just going to pull. We're just going to pull up. That's all I'm doing. I'm just getting some stems in here, so I can put some bows on here, and this way you guys have a full picture because you like that, and we can do our subject matter. All right, so, and we're gonna put one over here. We're gonna put one over here, so I need some stems. Having good times. I hope everybody had an awesome weekend, and I hope you all are gonna, you know, have a good week lined up for yourself. And all of that happy stuff. I had a good weekend. My mom's moving up from Florida for good, so she came in this weekend, so we're helping her unpack. She was doing they call it a snowbird. She was doing a snowbird before. She was coming back and forth between Florida and here, but now she's coming up to stay for good. You got me on your 80-inch TV so everyone can hear me now. Thanks, Lisa. Hello, I'm a rock star. Here, I'll do a close-up. Close-up. Have that look in 80 inches. Oh my goodness, that's too funny. That is way too funny. Oh, you guys crack me up. You crack me up. And you know what's funny is you got me on the 80-inch TV, and I had somebody just recently tell me that they couldn't make my video. Your daughter laughed. Is that the one with the puppy? Alright, so I'm just giving a thicker center here. So when I tie my bow on, it's going to be a thicker center. And we're going to let this dry. So you guys are practicing along with me. I hope you're, you got your media paper or your cardboard or an old canvas or whatever you're doing. It's fine. Big boy's going in the water. Nice. He's such a cutie. He really is. And I'm going to take a sip of my seltzer. It's sip time. Let that dry for like 2 seconds flat. Let me do some roll call. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. We got Tina B, Tina M, Lisa V, Diane. What's up, girl? Carolyn's in the house. And Lynn is joining us tonight. So exciting. There's some creepers out there, and that's okay. So I call you a creeper if you're looking and you're not saying hello. Hey, Brenda and Roy are here. Hi, guys. Hi, Brenda. Hi, Roy. Roy, we're doing flowers, baby. We're doing flowers with bows, hon. You got this. You can do this, Roy. Sarah's here. Hi, Sarah. Nice to meet you, hon. Sarah's in the house. I think you're a newbie too, Sarah. Everybody give a warm Eve's Creations hello to Sarah. Brenda's here. Hi, sweetheart. Now you're all saying hello. Hi, guys. So if you're watching and not saying hi, you're a creeper. If you're watching and not painting, you're a watcher. And if you're painting along with me, obviously you're a painter. So we name our people. That's what we do. Hello, Kelly. Oh, your paint night was canceled? Aw, that's too bad, honey. That's too bad. Those things happen, though. Those things do happen. Okay, so now that this is dry, not really. Not really dry. It's not all the way dry. Lisa V's a watcher tonight, and you get to watch me. Yes, Kelly, I'm going to try to teach you. I'm going to teach you that my paint is not dry. If that happens, guys, it's not dry. And you know what I do with this? You know what I do with this? Right here. That's what I do with this. That's exactly what I do with that. So all you kids watching, make sure it's not a good shirt. And let's see, somebody just said something. I think Lynn just said something. I missed it. Air Watcher Day. Lynn, sorry, love to watch, then paint. Of course. Hello. Carolyn's watching now only because your cat decided she needs attention and is knocking things down. That seems to be the go thing with Carolyn. And, yep, yours do the same. Oh, you need the blow dryer today. Yeah, I don't get that fancy, Lisa B, but some people use a blow dryer to paint, dry their paint. So I'm going to swirl tap that big boy because it's dry enough. It's dry enough for what I want to do. I just want to map my bows in. That's all I want to do. So it's dry enough for that. Okay. So big boy, white paint. I'm going to map. I'm going to map in some bows. So I want to turn around and I want to do like a ribbon one on here. Right? So that's going to have squigglies going down. Okay, so that's going to have some squigglies going down. It's hard to see the white on the yellow. So I'll just make those thicker. Okay, but this is going to be like one of those, like the loose ribbon kind of bows. Alright, so, and then the bow part, right? Little ribbon, and the bow part, there you go, and the bow part over here, right? And that's going to be sagging down because that's that like loose ribbon, right? Just the little thin ties that we do. Okay, and then the next one, I want to do a bobo. A bobo. I want to do a bobo. You guys know what I mean. So I'm going to do my center, right? So my center is, actually, let me do the bow tie here. So I want to do one that looks like a bow tie, okay? So here's the center, right? Just a little square. And then it's going to come out like this. And it's going to come out like that. And we're going to arch it around. Alright, and then fill it in. So this one is like a bow tie. As I knew I was gonna run out of room. I knew this was gonna hit each other. So this one's like a bow tie, right? The kitty cats are causing mischief. That's alright. And then the other one is the bobo. I want to do a bobo. Alright, so we have our center of our bobo. It's just a square. And we're going to turn around and do the big puff. Alright. So that is that shape. Okay. I just pulled up, did a wiggle, pulled back in. That's all I did. Alright. So I'm going to pull up from the center, do a wiggle out here, bring it back in. Okay. So that's what a bobo looks like. A real bobo. Alright. So ribbon, bow tie, bobo. I'm cracking myself up with the bobo. I don't know why. I just am. Alright, and then this is going to have its pieces coming out here. Alright, so there we go. We got a bobo. Alright, I'm going to get more clean white paint. And I'm going to throw some flowers on this bad boy. So my mapping dries, and then I could show you. Kind of like a heart. Yeah, Lisa V, you got it. Yep. So we have the ribbon, bow tie, and yes. So you're basically making a heart on its side for the most part. All right. So I'm going to turn around and I'm going to grab a fluffy. Fluffy in the house. I'm going to grab a large fluffy. So I'm going to grab a large fluffy and I'm just going to fluff some flowers up here. I'm going to swirl tap dab fluffy. When I smash it, I'm going to smash it into the paper towel. This fluffy is pretty, still has some long bristles to it. I do have a fluffy that looks like this, that has been beaten down to the point of, like, nothingness. But they just get better. The more you beat them up, the better they get. Can I show the first one again? Yes. I'll give you a close-up on all three. Okay, so there's the first one. The first one is just doing the pieces going down and then the loops, right? And it's all kind of hanging down because it's a roost ribbon. I'm going to get the mouth to work. It's a roost ribbon. That's what it is. It's a loose ribbon. Hi, Sue. How you doing, lovey? Oh, my goodness. The mouth isn't even working tonight. Sue's in the house. So, that's how that one went. Oh, my... Right? I totally messed it up. And then the middle one is the bow tie. All right. So, that's just a rounded triangle going into the center. And then the last one is the bobo, the real bobo, which Lisa V had a great point. It's like two hearts going into the middle. Okay? So that's all three bows that you guys can practice. And I'm going to grab my fluffy brush. While my mapping is drying, I'm going to grab my fluffy brush and put some flowers on here. Alright, so I'm going to grab white paint, and I'm going to grab some Yeah, I'm just going to grab white. I decided I just want white. And I'm going to put the baby's breath kind of flowers in here. So I'm just going to grab white. And we're going to do the baby's breath while my mapping dries. So I'm just grabbing white paint and my fluffy brush, which those of you that got brush sets have the fluffy brushes. I hope you're beating them up. I hope you're being vicious with them. I hope you're making them into a mess. So we're going to throw this on here. Okay, and then the other one, let's do a little bit, a microscopic amount of blue with the white. And we'll do Blue's Baby Breath on the other one. Roy, you smushing, Roy? I hope you're smushing, honey. That's what we're doing. We're smushing. We're smushing like a beast over here. That's what's going on. Smushing. Right? We all love the smushing. The smushing's a lot of fun. Alright, so microscopic amount of blue. Make some Blue Baby's Breath on this one. Okay, notice I'm sticking and moving. Okay, so we'll do that. And then on the third one, let me grab a microscopic amount of red with the blue and some white. And we'll make this kind of purpley. Oh, it's coming out too blue, so I need more red. Need more red on that. Let's try that again. There it is. There it is. Purple, Lisa, your favorite. Lisa's favorite color is purple. And notice I'm sticking and moving. And every time I take my hand away, I'm grabbing more paint. So blue, red, white. Okay? And then I'm going to bounce it. And I'm sticking and moving so it does all this fun stuff and doesn't become a big mushy mess. Alright? So you guys got to practice your smushing. And a lot of you wind up going over it too many times. Now I'm reloading my brush again. You wind up going over it too many times. And you wind up with it being a mushy mess. You took you off the big TV because you couldn't... your daughter couldn't hear the Wi-Fi. That's funny. That's funny. Alright, so that being said, let's go into our first bow. Alright, so I'm going to grab, I'm going to grab Mini-Me. Needs a small shader. Alright, and let's make this bow, pink. Alright, so I am going to grab my white paint and my red. Right, white and red. And I'm using Mini-Me. And I am just going to put in, now this is dry, and I can lay my hand like a pencil, and I can use the brush like a pencil, and I'm just going to pull. So I'm just pulling, following that. The one good thing about having this pink is if I go out of my white mapping line, it won't matter. It won't matter because the base of this color is pink. Right? The base of this color is white. I can't talk tonight. Alright, guys. Just put me on mute because I don't know what I'm saying tonight. I don't know why I can't talk. But I can't talk tonight. It is what it is. Alright. So, I am just... Right now, I'm not stressing nothing. I'm not dealing with anything. I'm not doing shadowing. I'm not doing anything. I am just grabbing pink paint. I just got more paint from my brush. But in my mind, remember I said about thinking in your head about what you're going to do? Right? So in my mind, if you notice, I did my brush stroke differently on the centerpiece. Because I know that's going to have a different shape. Alright? So I'm already in my head thinking about what's going to happen and what's going to go where. Now, my ribbon pieces here are a little bit bigger than I would usually do them because I wanted you to see the white. So one thing you want to remember about bows is if the ribbon is this thick, the other parts of your ribbon need to be that thick. a ribbon doesn't change size when you tie it. Okay, so one thing to remember is that when you're doing a ribbon, it might curl, it might do all sorts of things. Okay, so we're going to put a little curl in here, right? But it won't change, because I want to show you how to do that. It won't change the thickness, okay? Now, it might get, the only way it'll get a little smaller is if it's like kind of bent in. Then you would only see a portion of it. So if my ribbon was like bent inwards, you would only see a portion of it. That's the only time your pieces would get smaller. But for you guys just starting out, make sure that all your pieces of your ribbon are the same thickness. Okay? They're the same thickness. Because, like I said, just because you're tying it doesn't make it smaller. There's some areas that will be a little smaller. Like when it's going into the bow, that could be a little smaller because it's getting like crimped in there. All right, so that could be a little smaller in here, but like out here has to match the same thickness as out here. Okay, so there's just a, like if it's being bent or twisted or squished, it would get smaller. But if it's just if it's not, then it's going to match the same thickness throughout the whole bow. All right, so that's the one thing you want to remember too, is that the thickness of your bow is uniform throughout the whole bow. And as I'm taking my hand away, I'm grabbing more paint. Okay, every time I take my hand away, I'm grabbing more paint. And I'm going to do a curl over here, as I want to show you that too. Alright, so there you go. And I'm going to swirl tap dab my brush, because now with this being wet, it would be easier to do the shading, because it will zigzag zoom and it'll slide and do all this fun stuff. But I'm going to let this dry, because I'm going to show you how to do the shading once it gets dry on you, because you guys probably going to be working a little slower, so you won't be able to attack this as quickly as you need to before your paint dries, unless you're using an extender or something fancy like Lisa V does. So I'm going to show you how to do it once it already gets dry on you, because 9 times out of 10 it's probably going to get dry on you before you're able to do what you need to do. So that's what I'm going to do to make sure you got it. All right, our bow tie, let's make him blue. So I'm going to grab my white paint, and I'm still using Mini-Me, and I'm going to grab my blue paint. Roy, we're doing a bow tie for you. If you ever get all fancied up, you can wear a bow tie, a blue tie. Okay, so I'm going to go and follow the direction of my center here. Okay, and then I'm going to go in the direction of my bow tie. So when you're painting an object, like, you want to start getting into the habit of painting things with brush strokes going certain directions. Okay? So you want to get into the habit of doing that. Now, could I have just colored in this shape any which way because I mapped it? Yes. But I want to paint this in the directions that the object would actually be going in. So I'm going to zigzag zoom this outward from the center, because that's how it would be. That's how it would be. So that's why I'm painting it that way. Could I easily turn around and just fill this in like this? Yeah, but that doesn't help your brain. That doesn't help your brain get ready for what you need to do to paint this object, because you have to start going in your head and thinking that this is getting pulled and squished into this center piece right here. All right, so the bow tie is easy peasy. So I'm going to do the shadowing and shading for you when this is still wet, because you'll be able to do this and still have it wet. So I just wiped off my brush, and I am going to grab white paint. All right, I'm going to do a little tiny bit of blue on it. And I'm going to come in here and right on the knot, right in the middle of the knot here, is I'm going very light touch, and I'm just doing swooping motions in the shape of the knot. Okay? There. That's it. That's it. That's all you got to do. Now I'm going to take this white paint, and on the edges here, I'm going to zigzag zoom some of the white paint on the edges. All right? So I'm grabbing more paint. Grabbing more paint right now. White, whole lot of white, a little bit of blue. So I'm going to zigzag zoom on the edges of this one. I'm going to wipe my brush off because it's got a big old glob on it. All right? So we're just going to zigzag zoom the edges of this one. Now, as it's going into the center, it's going to have little folds in it. So I'm going to turn around and I'm going to grab some white paint with the blue, and I'm just going to do a few pieces being the lighter color, because that would be the fold that would be coming out towards you. And I'm going to do the top piece right there. All right, and the same thing with the other side. And I'm going to match these up because bow ties are very stiff, you know, and they follow the same design on both sides. So we're going to go, and then this one was meeting here, so I'm going to go out this way with this one, and I'm going to hit the top again. So we're going to hit the top, okay? Now I'm wiping off my brush. Now this is very light. I am not pressing hard. I am just sweeping and zigzagging. Very smooth. Very, very light touches. Now I'm going to grab a microscopic amount of blue. Just blue. And I'm going to come in here and I'm going to zigzag zoom the blue into these areas. Okay? And I'm going to wipe my brush off, and I'm going to go back, so there's hardly any paint on my brush. I'm just pushing the paint around that I put on my canvas. That's all I'm doing. I'm going to go back, and I'm going to zigzag zoom on top of this, just to soften it out and pull it through the rest of the bow. Now I'm going to grab a microscopic amount of blue paint again. And I'm going to sweep on this side. And I'm going to sweep on this side. Wipe my brush off. Soften this out. Okay. And I'm going to grab a little bit of that lighter blue, because it's got a little dry on me. Oops. I need more white. All right. So I'm going to go back and grab some more white with the blue. And I'm just going to do a couple little sweeps in here and then hit it with my finger to soften it. So that, my friends, my family friends, is your bow tie. So that's how you do a bow tie, everybody. So I'll give you a chance to catch up mustard if you're catch up mustering. So if you ever do a person wearing a suit, or if you ever do... you know, maybe a really neat little bow on a package. Roy, I hope you got that. So we have, so far, Tina B is here, Tina M, Lisa B, Diane, Carolyn, Lynn, Brenda with Roy, my boy Roy, and Sarah and Kelly and Sue. And we got a lot of watchers tonight because kitty cats are getting in the way and all of that good stuff. Yep, so it's just a matter of putting the lighter color where it needs to be, and I'm very gently just sweeping. I am just sweeping. I'm just very light touches, very little paint and very light touches. Whenever you're doing an object that's small, but you want to add big words, right? Highlighting and shading to it. Basically, you need lighter parts and darker parts. You have to do a microscopic amount of paint and a little bit at a time, because you can do this in layers. Now, I can go back and hit this with a second layer, a third layer, and it would pop even more. Okay, so, but everything is in layers. That's what you have to remember. But this one is such a simple shape, you can do it. You can do these lighter and darker areas with it still being wet because it's a simple shape. So you can turn around and get into doing that a lot faster. Because once that initial first color, that flat color, the base color dries, it's more tricky. All right, but I'm going to show you that on the first one that we did, that it gets trickier. But that's what you're going to wind up doing, because you might not be able to do the shape that fast to jump right into the lighter parts and the darker parts. Hi, artist. Hi, sweetheart. Hi, everybody. Hello. It's me. I'm behind the camera. Okay, so let's jump into putting the base color on our bobo. On our bobo. Our bobo. Alright. What color should I make this one? What colors you want to see, guys? Let me know what color you want this one to be while I add some more smushing to my flowers on top. Let me know what you want the bobo to be. You want a red bow? Tina B says red. You all down for red? It's your party. You get to figure out what you want. Diane says peach. Or purple. Red. We got a red in there. We got a couple of reds. Peach. Diane, you want to see everything in peach so you can get the flowers on Friday. I know your game, girl. Because the flowers are in peach. Matching dark purple. Ooh, Lisa V wants dark purple. Yeah, I gotta use my red that I spilled all over. Red or silver, right? Well, I know your game, Diane. You want to see me do everything in peach. So then the flowers on Friday, you'll get the colors right. Though, I got you, girl. You gotta finish your bathroom. I will definitely show you what you need to do so your flowers come out good. I am just throwing extra white paint on here as you guys tell me what you want to see. Okay, so I got a couple of reds and I got a couple of purples. So I will do. How about we do a reddish purple? That'll work. Okay, so I'm going to grab Mini-Me again, because he's my crayon. And if I'm going to do a reddish purple, I got to move my table over so I can come over here to paint, because I'm all the way on the other side of the canvas. And I got my palette here. So let's grab the blue and the red, because I want to use up the red that's all over my palette, like Tina B said. And we got to grab the white, because right now I'm just doing a base color. Just doing a base color. So I want to get myself a nice base color of purple. Okay, so a red, white, and a blue. There we go. Red, white, and blue. And I'm going to come in here and right where my mapping is. Alright, so I'm going to do my mapping. I'm going to follow the lines of my mapping. And again, I am painting in the direction that the bow is going in. Okay, I'm painting in the direction that the bow is going in. Okay, and this is your practice session, guys. So if you have any questions, we're going to try to stay on topic of the bows. But if you have any questions or want to see anything, 6,000%. I've never tried to use epoxy, Diane, but I saw the pictures of your bathroom counter and it looked amazing. So you did an awesome job. You did an awesome job. And fan, Diane, the painting for Friday, Diane wants it to be part of her bathroom decor. So, and Diane, you know, if you mess up, that's okay. You could always just purchase mine. I call this brush Mini Me, Lynn. It is a number 4 shader is the technical name for it. It's basically a small square brush. And the reason, this one's a little beat up, but you can see it. It's a small square brush, and I call him Mini Me because he looks just like Big Boy except he's small. So these are really good for coloring and shading. Well, it's called a shader for a reason. So you want to use a flat tip brush when you are coloring in your objects, because if you use your rounds and your detail brushes, you're going to kill them. You're going to kill them. And you don't want to do that. You don't want to wind up killing them. So that's what Mini Me is. He is a small shader brush. And if you're looking to get brushes, I actually have a brush kit. Kelly, who's on here. Aw, Diane, you're so sweet. You're so sweet, sweetheart. I understand that completely. Well, no worries. You're not going to screw. I was just playing with you. You're not going to screw up on Friday anyway, because you're amazing. So I was just playing with you. And Kelly actually got the brush kit. Tina B has the brushes. Tina M has the brushes. So guys, you can tell Lynn all about them. Did I just get paint on my face? I did. Look at that. Look at this. I just got purple paint all over my face. There we go. Doesn't matter. We make messes here. Artist has the brushes. Yes, Artist, you have the brushes. So, you love the brushes. Thank you so much, guys. You guys are so sweet. Yeah. So, Brenda, you want to get a set for you and Roy? Okay. All you have to do is private message me, Facebook message me with your address, because I don't want you to post that publicly. Okay, sweetheart? So, if you want the brushes, anybody on this video, if you want the set of brushes, just private message me. Private message me, because I don't want you putting your address on a public forum, okay? So, that's how that works. Alright, so we have our base color purple. And we're going to let that dry. And we're going to come over here back to our ribbon. Sounds awesome. Roy, I hope you're having fun. So, this ribbon, I was going to make it pink, but since you guys asked for red before, I'm going to turn around and make this ribbon red. Because if you go to make a ribbon red, you have to do a pink base with it anyway. So we're going to do this ribbon red. So I'm going to swirl, tap, dab, mini me. And like I said, guys, if you have any questions or want to see anything, just let me know and I will show you. Oh, as a matter of fact, I wanted to show you if the ribbons were layered on top of each other. So I'm going to turn around and put another piece of ribbon in here. So, because I wanted to show you guys, so I'm grabbing white paint. I wanted to show you with the ribbons being doubled up. So I grabbed white paint. And I want to show you the doubled up ribbon. That's what I wanted to do. So I am just putting in the second bows of the ribbon right here. Oh, absolutely, Lynn. I have to go grab it. So let me put in my white paint right here so it's ready to paint on when and then I'll go grab it. So I wanted to show you, like, say you tied 2 strings on here, and we'll do one in red and we'll make one of them pink. So say you tied 2 ribbons together. Right? Say you tied 2 ribbons together. So we'll do one of these red and one of these pink. So let me just get my white paint on here. You always do white first so your colors pop better. Always do white first so your colors will pop better. Okay, so let me get that on there. Give you guys a chance to catch up mustard, and I will grab a brush set. Okay, so you get a handy dandy carrying bag, and then inside the bag you will get the package of brushes. So you get Big Boy. He is a 1-inch flat. He has lasted through I have no idea, 6 years of paint party business. This guy has been getting painted with for 6 years and he's still in great shape. You get one of those. You get Mini Me, who I was just talking about. You get, I call him Tiny. He is a small round brush for details. You get 3 of the fluffies, small, medium, and large. So the fluffies is what I did to do the smushing. And the more you beat, this is how they come looking brand new, and the more you beat them up, the fluffier they get. And they work awesome. They kind of turn into a mop brush, but they're cool because you can beat them up any way you want possible. So you get small, medium, and large. Large, small ones right there, and medium. And you also get 2 of the nifty brushes. So the nifty brushes are these tiny little detail brushes that I give away for free, whoever sends support. But in the brush kit, you're getting 2 of those also. So you get a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 brushes. And Kelly loves them. Awesome, Kelly. Isn't Big Boy awesome? He's like the coolest brush ever. And the fluffies are great, but you got to make sure you beat them up. Okay, so back to our boo. Alright, so the one bow. Thank you so much, artists. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate that. I wanted to put something together that's of quality. I got really upset with the product that some of the paint party places are selling to you guys because you don't know any better. So that's why I put the paint kits together. And then actually, you guys actually asked me for brush sets, and that's why I put the brush sets together. Everybody loves Big Boy, Tina B. Thank you so much for that, guys. That really warms my heart. It really does. Thank you so much for that, because I really do try to make sure you guys are getting good stuff. Okay, so thank you. All right. So I'm getting so distracted tonight. We're in a distracted night. All right, I'm gonna grab my red paint with Mini Me, and I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna pick my dark spots. So my dark spot's gonna be coming out from here, right? So I'm gonna lightly put this on because we were doing a red ribbon, right? So I am doing just red because I got to make this back to where it's wet again. So, and in my mind, I'm picking my dark spots in my mind to know where I'm going to put the dark. Okay, so once I have that, I'm going to grab actually a microscopic amount of blue with the red. And I'm going to come in here because this is going to be the darkest area. And I'm going to put this in. And then I'm going to come over here because where this curl is, this is going to be dark under here. Right? And then I'm going to wipe off my brush and I'm going to zigzag zoom. Oop, I got to wipe off my brush some more. There's a lot of paint on that. And I'm going to zigzag zoom just to soften it. Just to soften. And zigzag zoom over here. Just to soften. Okay, and now I'm going to grab my red paint. And I'm going to go over this again. Since the red is see-through. Since the red is see-through, you can turn around and do another layer on top. Just to get it all to be blended very nicely. And now I'm going to grab a little tiny bit of white. Microscopic amount of white. And I'm going to come in here and brighten the lighter areas. So there, and then on the bump, wipe my brush off, zigzag zoom, soften it out. I'll come in with a little bit more red. And there we have our bump. Yes, Carolyn, you got it. So the shading on the ribbons are pretty much the same as how we shaded the twists and bends with Medusa. Because it's the same thing. It's all twists and bends. And you just need to know, the only difference is when you get to where the center part is of what's going on. So now I'm going to fill this in with red. And you want to do this piecemeal because, you know, you can't do the shading very well if your paint is dry. So we're going to fill this in with red. All right, now I'm going to grab that microscopic amount of blue. And over where the knot is, it's going to be dark. But notice I didn't do it all the way because I don't want it blending with this dark part down here. So I only did the top part of that. And I'm going to do the bottom part of this. And then we're going to do inside the curl right here. Right? I'll swirl tap dab my brush real quick. And I'm going to zigzag zoom this to soften it out. Okay, extremely light touch. Extremely light touch. Now I'm going to grab more red paint. And I'm going to go over this to blend it in even more. And soften it all out. Just like that. And I'll wipe off my brush. And I'm going to grab a little bit of white to go on the highlighted areas. So I'm going to go right here. And I'm going to do a little tiny piece in there. Little bit. Just a little bit. And then I'm going to come up here. And wipe off my brush and zigzag zoom it. Soften it all in there. Okay. So then this way, you have your lighter and darker parts. So I'm going to do my knot. Right? Red paint with an arch. Just like that. Yeah, guys, my how-tos is kind of like I'm doing a lot of talking. I'm being a little teachery. So, but that's okay. So I'm going to do my knot. And I'm going to do the other side. Because I'm going to do this a little quicker. Because I just showed you how to do it. So we can go a little faster on this side. Okay. We can do this side a little faster. Alright. So I'm going to wipe off my brush. And this is the piece going into the knot in the back. So I'm going to put that microscopic amount of blue right here on the whole thing. Because that's like the back ribbon. And then I'm just going to do a little piece in here. I'm going to do in here. Because that's where it's bending around. Right? And in my knot, I'm going to do my side over here. And I'm going to do my side over there. Wipe my brush off. Zigzag zoom it. Soften it out. Soften it out. Soften, soften, soften. Grab my red. Pull this through. Right, grab my red so it blends even more. Do my red on my knot. Da, 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 da. We're painting bows. It's a bow day. And I'm going to grab my white paint. This is bending around and this is towards the front, towards me more. So I'm going to make this whole piece right here nice and bright. Okay, and I'm going to do like that little triangle spot right there. So it looks like this is behind it and this is in front of it. So we're making this do a complete bend. And then I'm going to do a little piece in here. So that trick of folding fabric, it literally you just swoop the brighter spot right in front of it and connect it to the side. That's how you do that. I'm going to wipe off my brush and I'm going to zigzag zoom this to blend it all together. See? And then that's it. That's how you can do those. And you can have that. I'm going to add the dark back in because you know me. I lose my dark when I put the light in. I do it all the time. And so I'm just going to put my dark back in on this ribbon because I kind of had too much highlight. Wipe my brush off because I want this piece to be dark because it's behind the other piece. Grab some red. Blend that out. Alright, so notice how this is doing a curl now. And all you had to do was that little piece right there. That's it. And then you make the whole thing bend around. This one's kind of just flopping. We can do the piece on this one too if you want to. So I just follow this out. Right? You follow this out. And then it's just like a little swoop to put it in front of the other piece. It's just a little swoop like that. And then you highlight this part. And that's how... See, all I did was that little swoop, and this automatically, and then you just put a little bit of shading on the back one. So that's how you get the bend in there. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, guys. It's literally just a line you're swooping right there. And then you want to put the shade behind it. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to add more red to my knot. And I'm going to grab some white. Put the little highlight on there. And bam. All right, now I have to do this ribbon in the red, which I'm going to do quick because I showed you the ribbons coming down. And then we're going to come back to this to do, if you had two bows being layered up. So I'm going to come back and show you that. Right? Do my shade right here. Do some shade right there. Wipe my brush off. Zigzag zoom. Soften it out. Ba, ba, ba. Just like that. And grab my red paint again because you guys wanted to see red. And red is see-through. So putting the red paint on top of this will allow it to blend even better. Wiping my brush off, grabbing white with my red and putting in the brighter spot right there. And then down at the end here. So there you go. So basically it's just putting your lights and darks. This is a fun trick to do that's really easy to make it bend around and be like this part's in front, this part's going towards the back. Okay, like I said, talking about the thickness of the ribbon, you got to make sure that your ribbon thickness is pretty close to being the same. The only spot it could start to be skinnier is maybe right where it's going into the knot because it would be bent up. So you want to watch for that. I'll give you guys a chance to catch up mustard here. Right? Take a little break. Shake it out. Shake it out. We got Tina B, Tina M, Lisa V, Diane, Carolyn, Lynn, Brenda with Roy, and Sarah, Kelly. Sue is hanging out with us, and Artist is on deck. Thank you so much for the positive feedback on the brushes. I really, really appreciate that. Always free to watch. Tips are appreciated. I have the PayPal link up there. And the stars or whatever. I need some of my seltzer because my mouth's getting dry. I love you all, fam. Like I said, I hope you had a great weekend. Let me show you what's coming up. Let me go grab what's coming up and I'll show you. So those of you that are practicing, you get a chance to catch up mustard a little bit. Let's review what's coming up. And I have these all out of order. They're all out of order. All right, so this Friday, Diane wants me to cover Peach so bad. So this Friday, what? And I'm going to show you how to do this bow. Okay, that's the next bow we're going to work on. So this is Fridays. What, right? How I did the baby's breath. Smushing. Smushing. Okay? I'm going to show you how to do the flowers. If you watch How To Flowers, you'll totally get how to do the flowers in that video. Alright? The next one after that, is the cross. Irish Blessings. Irish Blessings, easy peasy, nice relaxing painting. You want a silver bow on yours, Diane? You could totally do silver. You're good. You'll be fine. It's the same concept, just a different color paint. You're going to use black and white instead of green and white. That's all. So you will be fine. Irish Blessings, easy peasy, awesome thing. Learning about Celtics. Think about how you want your cross to look like. So, cool stuff on that. Nosy Gnome is our Tuesday special. Yay! Nosy Gnome is our 2-day special. So, we're going to be doing Tuesday special. We're going to be doing Nosy Gnome. I think Bath Time Friends is after that. So there's our, I believe so. These might be out of order, but this one's coming up. I'm in love with this one. I like it a lot. I'm going to teach you how to do bubbles. So what I've been trying to do is when I paint these, trying to think of what the Tuesday how-to is going to be. Then we have windmill, Holland windmill with the tulips is coming up. I'm going to teach you how to do things with texture, how to do things more of a painterly style and not so exacty with everything. So I'm going to show you that. Then we have Goodnight Winter. So we're going to say goodbye to our little winter friends that we had. Nice and easy, everything you guys seen before. So we're going to have Goodnight Winter coming up. And then I have a big surprise for you for the one after that. I'm working on it now. I can't wait for it. It's going to be awesome. Okay, so we're going to work on this bow. Roy, I hope you're hanging tough. Then we're going to finish the doubled up bow. And we'll be all set. So if you guys have any questions or concerns, 6,000% ask me. If you're going to be doing a bow in a different color, you will be fine. Just let me know what the color is, and I will talk to you about it. So, Diane, if you're going to be doing a silver bow, you're going to be working with just black and white. Or if you have metallic paint. But metallic paint's really, really tricky. So I would do it in black and white first, and then just put the metallic paint over it, because metallic paint's see-through and it doesn't layer very well. It's fun, but it's tricky. Okay, so here's our purple bow. So I'm going to make some more purple. I'm going to make some more purple coming on. And let's see. So whenever you mix a color, make sure that you mix a lot of it, because rematching that color is tricky, just to let you know. When you're mixing paint and you're using a certain color, make sure that you mix a lot of it, because it's going to be tricky. So I want to come in here and I am adding blue to this purple to make a darker one. See how I have the lighter and the darker? And I'm going to roll my brush here, and then I'm going to wipe it off. And we're going to come in here. Oh, you love the star, the snowflake heart? It's actually snowflakes. But yeah, the snow earthquake. Every time I step on my rug, you guys shake. So, I'm putting the dark purple. So, where I'm putting the dark purple, Diane, and I'm going to come out here and I'm going to do that little hook right here. Right where this connects in. I'm going to do that like little hook. Where I'm doing the dark purple is where you would do more black. Okay, and now I'm going to grab the regular purple. Whoop. That's not the regular purple. That's the regular purple. Okay, and I'm going to zigzag zoom this into the dark areas. Okay. And zigzag zoom that into the dark areas, and I'm going to grab the dark again, put that in a little bit better. Okay, and I'm going to do the dark in my ribbon part right there. Right, I'll wipe off my brush, and I'm gonna grab the regular purple now and soften this out. So the tricky part to this is keeping like these two pieces separate. So that's the tricky part. So I turn around and just make this a shade lighter than that. So I'm going to grab the regular purple and I'm going to come in here and I'm going to make this part right there a shade lighter than the other part. Like a mini shade lighter. Like, because you still want it to be dark, but it's lighter than the other piece coming down. See that? So that's how I separate the two ribbons. That's how I separate that. Okay, and now I'm grabbing the darker purple and I'm going to put that little hooky part back in right here, which I blended out, which is fine. And now I'm going to grab red. I'm going to grab red. And I'm going to do the highlighted part in red. So this is going to be a dark bow. Because I didn't grab white to lighten everything. I grabbed the red to change the tone of the color. So it has the lighter part to it. But it's actually just a different, it's more of a red tone to the color. So you don't necessarily have to grab, now I'm going to grab just blue. I'm going to grab just blue and I'm going to come in here and I'm going to put that piece in. And then I'm going to do a little ziggy zag to put the dark back in. So you don't have to grab white all the time. I'm wiping off my brush. I'm going to zigzag zoom this. So if you guys notice, I lose my dark a lot when I put the light in. I keep having to re-add it in there, which is fine. So you don't necessarily have to grab white paint to change the tone. I just did it in a different type of color and it made it look brighter because obviously blue is darker than red. So playing with this with my red and blues is going to put the lighter parts, now I grabbed red paint, is going to put the lighter parts and the darker parts without actually grabbing white and black paint. You don't always have to grab white and black paint, guys. That's my point. Alright, so let's do our center. So I'm going to grab the original color. Do my center. Shoop, 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 shoop. And I'm going to grab some blue. And I'm going to do sides. Shoop, 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 shoop. And I'm going to do the middle. Doot, 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 doot. Right? Because it has that little dimple in there. I'm going to swirl tap dab my brush because it's getting all sorts of goopy gobby goopies. I'm going to zigzag zoom this a little bit. Soften everything out. Right? Light, 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 light touch. Light, light, light touch. Very light touch. Very light touch. Wipe my brush off. Grab my red. Do the red in the other pieces. Okay. On top of that dimple. Wipe off my brush. Soften this all out together. And just like that, you have your center of your bow. Now, can I grab white? Absolutely. Do I want this to pop more? Sure, I could grab white. So if I grab a little tiny bit of white with that original color, I can come in here and I can put in the highlighted parts. Okay, so yeah, can you grab the lighter color? Absolutely. Can you grab white doing this? Sure you can. So, but in true Kristen Eves fashion, Kristen's my first name, I'm going to wind up doing this all over because that's just what I do. I wind up, I like everything to be uniform and a solid color. So I just made that, you know, and this is what I was talking about. So I'm grabbing the dark again. So can you do the white to make things lighter? Yes, and I made that lighter than the rest of my bow because this piece is coming out the furthest. So can you grab white and make pieces lighter? Absolutely. Absolutely. So, you know, that's up to you. And since this piece of the bow is sticking out further than the rest, might as well go for it. So I'm going to grab my base purple and we're going to come in here. Ooh, that's the dark purple. This is what happens when you have both colors in the same spot on your palette. I had the dark and the light all in the same spot, but this is the ribbon that's underneath, so I don't have to stress that too much. So I'm going to put that in, and I'm going to do the base purple on this side. Zigzag zoom in. We're zigzag zooming, fam. Zigzag zoom, zigzag zoom. I'm going to grab that blue. I'm going to come under here, zigzag zoom my blue. And I'm going to zigzag zoom some more blue. Nice and light touch. I'll come in here and put that piece in, right? Everybody likes that little money piece right there. My dark. Put some dark towards the edges here. Right? So, towards the edges. I'm going to wipe off my brush. And we're going to soften. So, and you don't have to soften. You can leave these dark areas being drastic. You know, you don't have to do the softening if you don't want to. Everybody likes a different look. If you like it to be blended, then you do the blending. If you like it to be not, you can leave it harder like that. See how I left it a little harder than that side? That side I blended more. I'm grabbing the red paint. I'm going to come in here and add the red tones now around all of this. That was an awful lot of red paint that I grabbed. So I'm just going to push it around. There we go. So I like it. I like it a lot. Red's my favorite color. So, and I want you guys to start thinking about these things, about, you know, not necessarily using white and black to darken and lighten stuff or to make stuff pop. You don't have to do that. You don't, you know, you can use different colors. Okay? So I want you to start thinking along those lines. The next time you go to grab black paint to darken something, say, hey, blue and red make purple. Blue is the darker color of the two. Why don't I try grabbing the blue to do the dark areas? So start thinking about that in those ways, and then you'll get things to be a little more painterly, I guess the word would be. Painterly? I'm not really sure. So there's the Bobo. The Bobo, that's what we're going to be doing on Friday. And I'll give you all a chance to catch up mustard with that. I'll put you as close as I can because changing the tones makes it a little different. This side's a little more red than this side. It is the same concepts though. Putting the darks in here. Putting the highlight with the darks underneath the knot. Putting the darks where the ribbon comes out. So that's what we're going to be doing. And you guys can totally do that. 6,000%. You got this. 6,000%. My towel looks really cool. That's all the from me wiping my brush off this whole time. So that's what I mean. Like when I say I'm wiping my brush off, I'm getting the globs off, or if I grab too much paint of something, or if I'm having an issue. You know, sometimes, you know, you got to look at your brush. Because whatever's on your brush is what you're going to be painting with. So that's why I always say if you have globs on your brush, you're going to get globs on your painting, because that's what's going to happen. If you have a large amount of paint on your brush, right, too much, that's why I keep saying to you guys microscopic amount, because if you have too much and you go to move it around, it's going to take over your whole thing. Right? It kind of looks like art in itself. It's kind of cool. It looks like my abstracts that I do. I like it a lot. Well, the red-blue combo is one of my... I got paint on myself again. Sheila! Hi, sweetie! Do you guys want me to show you someday how to do an abstract? I mean, I don't know if you can really teach how to do an abstract, because it's an abstract. You're basically just moving colors around. But, hi Sheila. But I guess I don't know. I'd have to wrap my brain around that. But would you guys want to see an abstract? Let you in on, like, my process of when I'm painting an abstract, like what I'm thinking about and what's in my brain. That might be a little scary place. I hope Roy is hanging tough. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Brenda and Roy are here. Guys, you got to give a lot of extra love. Yes, yes, yes. You don't love abstracts, right, Diane? I felt the same way until I learned a few things. Yes, you would. Totally, Marcia. Hi, Marcia. How you doing, honey? Did I have you on here? I didn't have you on here, sweetie. I've been doing roll call without you. Marcia's here. And guys, when Brenda and Roy shows up, Roy is a very special painter for us, okay? So I want you to show a lot of love to him, because he's a cool dude, and he's a special painter that comes and joins our fam. So everybody give lots of love to him. All right? That's right, Roy. You're the man. Oh, you came on later? I got you. All right. So we're going to do the ribbon in the back pink. We're going to do the ribbon in the back pink. So I'm grabbing white and red. And I'm just going to put in, right, the initial color. The initial color. All right, what I call the base color, right? Yes, God, you know what, family members, you guys are amazing. I love you guys. You are so amazing. Spreading the love, spreading the happiness. Thank you so much. So that's true, Tina B. He's our dude. He is our dude. Yes, he is. I don't know if I hope they're still on. I haven't heard from them in a while. But if they're going to watch the replay, they'll still get to see. So that's good. So whenever you guys see Roy, you got to give him extra love, because he's our dude. He is our dude. All right. So I'm just doing the base color. So when I say the term base color, all I'm doing is the flat basic color. I'm putting that layer of color on here. I'm not adding the darks. I'm not adding the lights. I'm not doing anything. I am just putting the first layer of color on here. But I wanted to show you when you add, I'm going to try very hard to stay in my lines, but I could always fix it later. When you add a doubled up ribbon. So that's what I want to show you. And notice I only did a piece in here. You can still see through it with this little line right there. So I only added a piece because if I picture it behind this one, it would be bending around, but it wouldn't be taking this whole space because it still has a hole inside of it, right? So this ribbon, right, is one of these again, right? So the ribbon behind it is one of these again. You're not going to see the whole thing because it's behind this. but it still has the hole. So you want to make sure that you keep the hole in there. Okay, guys? And the same on this side. So I'm going to bend this around. And if you notice, I just turned it in. See how this part's turned in? So I turned it in on this side right here. Okay? And I had it meet up. I had it meet up to where this is. So I'm drawing this. Swoop. But it's behind something. Okay? And same on this side. So I'm going to draw that part in. And I got to go over my bow tie a little bit here. And when I get to the edge, I'm just going to pull it inwards. I'm just going to pull it inwards. That's all I'm going to do. Right? Pull it in so it kind of disappears. And then I'm going to follow around and bring that to the inside. Okay? And then, if you want to, you could put like a little piece of pink in here if you want to, because it's all tied in the same knot. So if you want to make part of that centerpiece, I'm going to grab red paint now to make that a little bit smaller. If you want to put a piece of the pink ribbon, you could put it into the knot. Right? So now I'm going to wipe off my brush. And the shading, and I'm going to fix, the shading is basically the same as if you had it by itself. It's a little different because it's behind something. A little different, but it's basically the same. So, since this is behind, I'm going to make this part darker. So I'm going to grab a microscopic amount of red. And I'm going to make this darker in here. Okay? And then I'm going to grab a microscopic amount of red and make this darker in here. Okay? So I have to be careful, since I'm doing red and pink, that my colors wind up being different. And I don't wind up getting it all mixed together. So, and I'm going to put dark on this piece because it's bending around. Okay, I'm going to put dark on that piece and the same on the other side. Right, and then in here, right, the inside part right here. Okay, and then I'm going to, and then I'm going to zigzag zoom to soften this. And then I'm going to put some dark halfway here. Okay, so not the whole entire width, just halfway. I'll wipe my brush off, and I want to soften that out. Okay, zigzag zoom that to soften it. Zigzag zoom over here to soften it. Okay, and then I'm going to grab my lighter. So I'm going to grab some white with this to make the pink lighter. And see, that's the rule holds true with doing things like this. Like, so pink is red and white, right? So what did I grab? I grabbed red to do the darker pieces, and I grabbed white to do the lighter pieces. So it's the same thing, like I said with the purple. Grab blue to do the darker pieces. I wiped my brush off, and now I'm going to blend this. And it's really simple to do the one in the back because, again, I lost my dark because I have a habit of doing that. So I'm just going to put that back in. Put my light back in on the top part of that piece. I wind up having fun, and I lose a lot of what I already did just by having fun, and then I have to put it back in, which is fine, right? That's why we do acrylic paint in layers, because those things happen, which is fine. Okay, now I'm going to wipe off my brush and soften since I wound up losing this whole thing. But notice I'm just going on the line where the two colors separate, and I'm very lightly just moving my brush back and forth. That's all I'm doing. Okay? And there you will have your ribbon behind the other ribbon. And then I need to do the dark on here and the dark on here, right? And zigzag zoom, zigzag zoom. Do some dark pieces down on the bottom. And grab my base color, zigzag zoom. And zigzag zoom. So that is how you would do. So now I'm going to go back and I'm going to fix where I went out of my lines, and I'm going to make this one the winner. So I want to put this one over the other one. So I grabbed the blue to put that ribbon over the other one. And I'm going to turn around and grab the blue to put this ribbon over the other one. Right? To make that darker. And I'm going to grab my red to fix where I went over my lines with the other ribbon. So I'm just fixing that. Grabbing my red. Okay, because I didn't paint in my lines. And I'm just going to come around and fix the other ribbon. So it is definite that he is on top of the one behind it. So this could get a little confusing. It can get a little confusing because, you know, you've got, you're working with like two separate pieces. So, you know, 6,000%, you know, I would draw your bow first, the first bow, and then put the other bow behind it. Now I'm going to come in here and put my darks back in and just leave that one little piece wrapping around. And that is how you would do a layered ribbon. So, I think thank you, Brenda. You know, I showed you pretty much all you need to know, and the couple of different ribbons you run into out there. So now you can put your bows on the back of your spring hats. You can do your bouquets being held with a bow. You could do your little bow ties on your springtime friends, you know, so you can turn around and do all of those things because now you know how to paint a bow. So, I'm so glad you guys joined me tonight, and I'm so glad I was able to show you these things because you can add this to your other paintings. And you're going to have what looks like a bow. Because a bow, like yeah, we did cover it in Medusa a lot with the twists and the bends. It's the same concepts. But they, you know, they do get a little tricky with the knot being in the center. And the overlapping, if you're going to do a couple of bows on top of each other. You know, knowing to where, put your little darker plate pieces in certain things. You know, you want to know to be able to do that. You know, if one bow is on top of another bow. So, there's a couple of different things. I never finished my flowers, but that's okay. And if you guys are good, thank you so much, Diane. Tonight flowed really good, and thank you, and see you all on Friday. See you too on Friday, Diane. Thank you so much for that input. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I hope, so everyone's excited for Friday. We might have a lot more new family members, which is totally awesome. We're going to have, you guys are going to do flowers. Diane's going to get her peach flowers perfect. She's going to get her silver bow perfect. You guys, thank you so much, Tina B. You're welcome. Yes. And you guys are going to rock it on Friday. We have amazing things coming up. And How To Tuesdays, like I said, you are so welcome, Carolyn, are going to piggyback the paintings on Fridays. I did post the How To glass, and I posted the How To flowers, so you guys could watch those to get ready for Friday, and you'll be all set. And of course, I'm going to go over everything on Friday, so you'll be good to go. You will be good to go. Thank you, artists. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for coming on. Those of you watching the replay, if you have any questions, 6,000% ask me. Replays will be always available on my page and on YouTube. Please subscribe and like my videos on YouTube. And we'll be all set there. If anybody was looking for a brush set, private message me. So, thank you everybody. Thank you, Sue. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you for joining us, Sarah and Lynn, for your first time. Thank you, Brenda and Roy and Carolyn, Diane, Lisa V, Tina M, Tina B, artists, Sheila and Marcia. Thank you guys so much. Yes, Sue. Experiment away. I love it. This has given me a lot of ideas to experiment with. 6,000%. Have fun with it. Practice along. You guys got this. You can totally do this. You'll be perfectly fine. And have fun. That's the whole point, is to have fun. So, on that note, I'm going to say goodnight. And you all warm my heart. Thank you for joining me, fam. And have fun and go create. Okay? Night.